On IMDb, Lil Balla 08 says Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back is bad. I first saw this movie when I rented it out from my local video store. I can honestly say it is the worst movie I have ever seen. It doesn't even deserve the right to be called a movie. I am a big fan of episodes 1 and 2, and I wasn't really disappointed with 3, but Empire Strikes Back is just horrible. The acting is dreadful. The bad guys aren't scary of funny and aren't even both guys. The kid who plays Luke Skywalker is dreadful, and you're left hoping the bad guys actually get him and strangle him. The storyline is just stupid, and why they decided to keep the same characters as the first 2 Home Alones is beyond me. Overall, I have to say this movie is a big disappointment, and I only gave it the rating 1 because I had to. If I could give it a 0, I would. And General Kenobi says it's the most overrated movie ever. It's not that good. Get over it. It's not that good. Get over it. Just stop.
All right. Why did he mention Home Alone?
I have no idea. the same characters as the first 2 Home Alones. So
That's
he's wondering.
Not correct.
So he apparently thinks Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern are in this movie.
Yeah, I guess so. Or he just watched Home Alone twice. I don't know.
This Star Wars movie sucks. They're not even in space.
The McAllisters didn't leave him anywhere this time.
Yes. Oh, goodness. I did want to see Luke Skywalker be strangled, though.
That's fair. Hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And I'm Mark.
And we are back, continuing our journey across the galaxy with Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Mark, you like that? I didn't say nailed it that time.
You didn't, yeah. This is the same, though.
Oh, damn it! Damn it! And we're once again joined by friend Mark Ponte. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How's everyone else doing today?
Good. Andy, how are you?
Sensual.
That's weird. That's a weird way to put it.
Isn't
Yeah.
it? I'm feeling good. How about you, Robbie?
I just told Mark I was doing good. Were you not listening? Were you not paying attention?
But I want to know. I want to know.
Oh, okay.
I want you to address me while you tell.
All right. Well, I'm doing bad for Andy, but I'm doing good for Mark.
And how are you doing for me, Andy?
Sensual still. Is
Okay.
that weird?
Okay.
No, I assume you watched the wrong movie yet again.
Yep. Every time, baby.
But we are covering 1980s The Empire Strikes Back. Mark, I'm assuming you've seen this before, correct?
I have.
Andy?
I definitively did not. Have not. Jesus Christ.
Real smooth, Andy.
Hold on, set me up again.
Andy, have you seen this one? Andy, have you seen this one before?
Yes.
I mean, no.
I fucked it up again. No, I have not seen this movie. I saw, I used to rent movies from the library. I stopped at A New Hope when I was like 9. I was like, this is not for me. And now, from here on out, I have not seen any of this. And I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it.
Excellent. So before we get into it, Andy, what year did this movie come out?
I believe it was the year 1980.
It was. Andy, what were the top movies from 1980?
Well, first off, it's the year of our Megazord.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Let's show a little respect to our Megazord.
Hold up 1 second.
Are there any other kaijus you want to show some respect to while Andy's pulling it up?
Ghidorah?
Nice.
Rodan?
Classics.
Yeah, of course.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, good.
Number 1, highest grossing movie would be Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
That doesn't surprise me.
Wow.
The Empire eats snacks. The Empire wears striped slacks. Did I tell you about the sorry, totally cutting you off and derailing this. The burlesque show that I always get advertisements for, The Empire Strips Back.
Yes. Have you gone?
I considered going. No, I wanted to go, and then I looked up ticket prices, and I was like, I can't do it.
Star Wars and boobies.
Yeah.
I have a delayed one. I'm sorry, guys, but the Empire is bringing sexy back.
That's good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Take it to the chorus.
Yeah. You beat me to it. All right. Number 2 was 9 to 5.
Dolly Parton.
Oh yeah,
I believe so.
sure. That's a classic. There's a little. I remember watching it and. Yep.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Number 3 is Stir Crazy. I believe that's it's our boys, right?
That's a fun movie. Yeah, Gene Wilder,
Yeah.
Richard Pryor.
Yep. And then Kramer versus Kramer.
That's a good movie too.
It's my favorite episode.
Yep. And number 5 is Any Which Way You Can.
Is that Clint Eastwood?
I believe that's Clint Eastwood and
A monkey.
The monkey, yeah.
Yeah.
An
Well,
orangutan.
Well, there are also movies like Raging Bull. It's about when you piss off the guy cucking you.
Very good.
Yeah.
He's a raging bull, yeah. Taming of the Shrew. That's what my wife calls it whenever she makes me climax. She tamed the shrew.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Wow.
Oh, how
Previous
about this?
episode, The Shining.
That's true, yeah. The Shinnin, you want to get a sued? Oh, The Mirror Cracked? Probably because Andy looked into it.
Rude.
There's also a movie called The Formula. It's a gritty retelling of the relationship between Mr. Krabs and Plankton.
Dark reboot. They're doing it
Yeah.
ahead of their time.
They
That's
did it like
also,
Joe-
especially since the original content hadn't come out yet.
Yeah. They did it Joker style.
Those are the jokes I wrote, so I'm good.
All right. Well, Jaws 2.
Nice.
Previous episode, Jaws 1. Check that out.
Yeah.
Don't ever watch any of the other Jaws.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
that's
think
not
we'll ever
true.
cover that.
But those are so fun, though. And there's a psychic one, right? There's there's a
Well,
psychic connection to the shark at some point.
Yeah, I know the
Well-
shark like follows the family to the Bahamas or something to get revenge.
So like,
Yes.
I remember when I was a kid, my dad was like, Jaws is the greatest movie of all time.
Yes.
I was like, all right. So I went to the library and I picked out the first Jaws movie I saw, and it was Jaws. I think it was the 4th one.
So that's like the
Where
infamously
it's-
bad one.
Yeah, it's like his wife, Brody's
Yeah.
wife, because Brody's dead.
Yeah.
And
Michael
the shark
Caine's
is
in that one, right?
Yes.
I
And she
believe
has
so.
she has flashbacks to moments that she wasn't there for. Like it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it was rough, and I was like, this is the greatest movie of all time. My dad was like, that's not the one, idiot.
And then the next year you had a new family, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was left on the streets.
Yeah.
I ended up living in that library.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Being raised by Michael Caine.
Yep.
You guys want to talk about The Empire Strikes Back?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Andy, what'd you think of it?
I am. You know, I get it. I get it. This is a good fucking movie.
It is a really
Yeah.
good movie.
This is an excellent movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna say something. Maybe it belongs in questions.
Okay.
But is this entire franchise coasting on the good graces of this movie?
This movie, I mean, partly.
Yeah.
Because like everything
Definitely
we've seen so
partly.
far, everything we've seen
No,
so far.
the
Now,
Revenge of
we
the Sith
hope-
was good.
okay, what we've covered so far is episodes 1 through 3, Rogue One, episode 4, and this, right? Out of all those, this is a 10 out of 10. I
yeah,
thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
yeah.
Like every single part of it. Everything else, at best, is like a 6 out of 10. Like at best. I would argue the third one, episode 3, was my favorite until this one.
Mm.
I think
Because-
A New Hope is stronger than 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, 6.5.
Didn't we What did we talk about it last week and come up with a number?
We did. We said 3.5, I think, out of 5.
Oh, great. So just a totally different scale altogether. That's helpful.
Yeah.
Well, if it's out of 10, hold on. If it's out of 10,
no, those are different numbers, Robbie. It doesn't.
No, it does. We just multiplied it by 2. 3.5 and 3.5 is 7.
And here he comes with the math.
Oh yeah.
So it's better than a 6. It's a 7.
I'm gonna lose Andy with the math, just like he gets lost when he hears a weird name. That's why he's able to follow these, because its name's like Luke.
Or
okay,
Robbie, two different men in hats. He can't tell which one's which.
Robbie, you made me watch Rogue One before watching the good ones. Okay,
yeah, Rogue One's
I'm
not
lost.
bad though. Yeah.
Oh, Rogue One's good.
Yeah, but
it's stronger than 6 out of 10.
But the context,
sure. But here's the thing: like we talk, check out Rogue One, the episode, because I remember saying I don't get this until the last 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I stand by that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if I watch it again after we finish this trilogy, I'd be like, oh yeah, okay,
yeah.
I'm a little more versed in the world, you know. Like I actually followed very well what was going on in this movie.
Yeah,
and I know that Irvin Kershner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He, like, when he was given the script, he said to George Lucas, he's like, all right, I'm gonna make this way more character driven, because this isn't very character driven, and I'm going to make it that way. And that makes the movie so much better, in my opinion. Like, everybody has something going on.
Yes.
It's good. This is like excellent. And this should have been taken away from George Lucas. Like, have him write it and then have people edit it and then have other people direct it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Off the bat,
I
the direction is way
I
better.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like, way better in this.
100% better.
I think that's the problem with the prequels, is that he had so much pull at that point that there was nobody to tell him no, so they just did whatever he wanted to do, kind of thing.
Right. He has good ideas.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And like, the good ideas shine in especially the episode 3, because that's when everything actually happens.
Yeah. But you got to whittle down those ideas a little bit, though.
Yeah, he needs an editor.
It's like very, very first draft a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But you also need a director who's willing to do a take 2, because in those prequels, how many lines are delivered? Oh no, you can't do that. They're like, we got it.
Yeah.
We nailed it. I mean, if George Lucas was directing the "I love you, I know" scene, it'd be "I love you, I'm aware."
Yeah. But I think it could just be bad takes, though, because I mean, you see, like, for instance, I mean, there's even evidence of it in the Crystal Skull. I know George Lucas wasn't directing it, but obviously he was, heavily involved in it. And in the trailer, there's this one particular time when Shia LaBeouf goes, "Oh, like, what are you, an adventurer?" And he goes, "Part-time." And then in the movie, he's like, "Oh, what are you, an adventurer?" And he's like, "Part-time." And it's just like, what the hell is that? It's like they had a better take, and they probably had a better take.
It's probably a bet several.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of picking bad takes, I think, personally.
So we get this opening scroll, and they tell us right off that, like, hey, even though the Death Star was exploded, the Empire is still in control. The rebellion is now based on Hoth, and Vader is obsessed with finding Skywalker. Hoth is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
This whole opening scene is great. Luke's riding the space camel and gets attacked by the abominable snowman.
Yes.
Yeah. The special effects are awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they didn't fuck them up with CGI. And if they did, can't tell.
Yeah.
In this movie, the CGI additions are not as glaring as in A New Hope.
Yes.
I didn't see any.
Well, they're there, but in A New Hope, they take up the scene. So it's like the guy falling off his little camel or whatever. And it's all played for, like, it's supposed to draw your eye. But like in this, like, there are scenes during this battle on Hoth where you'll see an Imperial walker, moving across the screen. And then way off in the back, they added in another CGI walker.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't. Notice. But that's the thing. You're not supposed to notice that.
Yeah.
That's why it's so much more well done.
Yeah.
Because this thing is just in the background and it just kind of blends in, as opposed to all of a sudden this thing of a totally different quality and film style is now like,
Right.
what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I think it is evident that there's a bigger budget,
Oh yeah.
but
Oh yeah, they had a much bigger budget.
yeah, and it's not only that, it's again the direction is just better. It's just better.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what you wouldn't notice about like the adjustments they made is little things like in the original, there's a scene where I think when the speeder's going down, and you can kind of see that the walker that's supposed to be like in the background, the part of the speeder's like cockpit like door goes in front of the walker, but you can still see it like visible behind it. And they like went in and filled it in so that you wouldn't see it there, you know. So it's like little adjustments like that, just little quality of life things. I think the first one, I feel like they wanted to make like a big statement of like, oh, look how fancy the CGI is. Because
Yeah,
as you pointed out, they're like, oh, this is as good as it's going to ever be.
yeah,
Just do it now. Like right at the advent of CGI, let's just do all the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we haven't gotten to the worst CGI edition in Star Wars yet.
No.
really.
It's coming next
Yeah.
week, Andy. You'll know it exactly when
Oh,
it
that
hits.
man.
sucks. That
Yeah.
sucks.
If it's what I think it is, yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
bad.
It's bad. But it's also kind of sexy.
It's no, it's not. It's disturbing. It's disturbing, and only that.
I don't know, man. Those lips, though.
Yeah. All right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I
here.
have cautious. I'm very cautious.
A
I'll
cautious
say that.
boner.
Mhm.
Yes. It's like half mass.
It's a Groundhog's
Um,
Day type situation.
Yeah.
Very rarely is it prairie dogging, but
I love the change in Han Solo. I like how he is now. He's fiercely loyal to his friends.
Yeah.
It's clear he doesn't want to leave, and he's going to risk his life for his friend. Just great character stuff. Like we saw, he came back in the last one, and
Mhm.
like that change stuck, and I think that is good.
Yeah.
and he keeps on talking like he's going to leave, but deep down,
Yeah.
you know he's not. He's constantly looking for an excuse to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I got to see the princess. So, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, just admit it. You want me to stay? He's like, well, you
Yeah.
admit it. You want to stay.
Yeah, I love their banter is excellent.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
again, I think it's the director being like, why don't we have these people act like human beings
Mhm.
rather than just like these action figures that George Lucas is playing with, where he's like, okay, so then this one says bada bada bada, and then he goes, you like George Lucas is. That's how I picture him. Like he's pitching Star Wars. He's like, so this guy goes, yeah. It's like,
And then he says McClunky.
yeah, and like Irvin Kershner is like, wow, you got like the core of your stuff, the core of your idea is good. I'm gonna make that work. And George Lucas is like, duh. And it just works. It just works. Like Han Solo was easily the most human character in the other one. Like he acted like a regular human being for the most part.
Mhm.
Spoke like a regular human being. Now you got Leia too. She's also acting and speaking like a regular human being. Like they have regular human being banter, and it makes the movie so much better.
Yeah. Well, I think you could tell that Han Solo pulls this bullshit a lot because when he says, like, there's a price in my head, I gotta go, the commander is so nonplussed by this. He's like, yeah, it sucks when people want to kill you.
Yeah.
What's going on with that guy's? What he's got going on behind, in
Yeah.
his past, that he's
Yeah.
just like, I know what it's like living with a price on your head.
Yeah,
It's like
so-
you do. What did you do?
Hey, listen, I told you I'm a widower. Didn't say how.
Yeah, I killed 3 of Jabba the Hutt's brothers. Jesus.
Oh my, okay. You know what? I'm gonna hang out with you then. I feel pretty safe now.
You don't vet these people coming into the rebellion?
I really like Luke using the Force, get his lightsaber and cut himself down while he's dangling Mussolini style in the snowman's cave.
Yeah.
Snowman.
Yeah.
And then he cuts off the snowman's arm and escapes, and then just struggles through the tundra.
Yeah. That is a fun scene.
I did like how Luke, he's like less green. Like he's seen death now, and he's just like way more in control. And like he's way less like, gee golly.
Yeah.
He has a thirst for blood now.
Yes.
Yeah.
For human blood.
Yeah, I want to kill
And snowman
Kill.
blood.
Yeah. Now with the arms, that's
Yeah.
two for two on the arms being chopped off in these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I love the practical. Just they had Mark Hamill throw the lightsaber into the snow and then just reverse the footage to have him, suck it up with the Force.
But it looks great.
Yep, and it's got a nice big old made in New York thing at the bottom of it because it's just a camera part.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you zoom in, you see like when it's in the snow, you got a nice clear image of it says made in New York.
Amazing.
That is awesome.
Yep. So there's a Syracuse, New York in Star Wars. It's canon.
Now that's New York, baby.
That's where that diner guy from the second Star Wars movie is from. And he's like, hey, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, yeah, Dexter Jetster.
Yeah.
Well, you said it's canon. That's why it's a camera part, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Not an icon.
I like when they're at the base, when they're like, close the door, they're fucked. Chewie is clearly sad as he's doing it. And then he lets out a big roar. He's like, fuck.
Yeah. Chewie curses a lot, and so does R2.
Yeah. They can get away with it. I also think C-3PO is really funny when he goes, R2-D2 is known to make mistakes. He's known to fuck up. Let's not all get sad now.
Yeah.
I like how he stuffs Luke in that space animal.
Yeah.
The tauntaun. Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
Man, you know what, it kind of bugged me out for a long time because like when he cuts him open and the insides come out, the insides that come out, it looks like the insides of like a hash brown.
Ooh,
He's like, not only will it keep you warm, it's also delicious.
It's potatoes. So it's turns out tauntauns are made of potatoes.
Incredible. What do Luke Skywalker and Andy have in common?
We kiss our sisters.
They've both seen like visions of dead mentors in their dying moments, and
Andy was closer. They've both been in animal guts.
Oh, gross.
Okay. How was kissing my sister closer to being in an animal?
Because your sister's a pig.
Oh.
He doesn't have a sister.
Yeah, I don't have one.
That's not mean. He doesn't have a sister.
Well, but in some universe he does.
Oh no! Oh no!
Multiversal Andy.
In that universe, Andy is pissed at me because I made fun of his sister.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though he kisses his sister.
Yeah, because in there is a universe in which he does actually kiss his sister.
Yeah. Alabama Andy.
Yeah.
Alabandy.
I was trying to combine them. Alabama Andy.
Speaking of which, that is an awfully long smooch.
Yeah. Just to like prove a point.
Yeah, she's trying to make Han jealous or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's they don't know that they're brother and sister yet, right?
And isn't his face all fucked up? She like grabs his face really aggressively.
He's like, ow, ow, ow.
Well, like in the first one, she smooches him on the cheek like 3 times.
For good
that's
luck.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's whatever. I don't have a sister. And I would imagine like if your sister kisses you on the cheek, you're not like, ew, like whatever.
Well, it depends on how aroused you become, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
then
it's not you saying ew, it's her saying ew.
Yeah, she's like, why are you making it weird?
Somebody's saying ew, is the thing.
Right.
We hope. For the love of God, we hope.
But like a long smooch like that is that's we're in a weird place, right?
Luke's definitely grabbing a pillow, covering himself, going, can everyone get out of the room?
Yeah.
Everyone out.
He does the opposite. He actually leans, puts his hands on and leans back.
He's like, check this thing out.
Yeah. My first boner.
Yeah.
I finally got it.
And when his boner appears, it goes
nice.
Yeah. Han, have you gotten your first boner?
Hey, based on those Star Wars cards, we know C-3PO had his.
Yes. That's true.
Interesting.
There was a Star Wars card where C-3PO had an erection.
Yes, there was.
Really?
Yes. I mean, it was an accident, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy's furiously Googling right now.
I'm furiously doing something, you know.
Oh.
We have to pause the podcast for a couple minutes.
1 minute. One minute. Let's be
I was
honest.
being generous.
Yeah. They don't know they're brother and sister though, right?
Not at this point, no.
So they find out, I'm assuming, next movie.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And they're like, oh, I'm a little more turned on.
Yeah, they
Weird.
kissed after finding out.
Yeah. They're like, want to try it again? It's like that scene in Joe Dirt. I'm your sister. I'm your sister. I'm your sister. But she is your sister. Oh my God. When they blast that droid that was sent by the Empire to find the rebels, Han goes, oh, he must have self-destructed. I didn't hit it that hard. He shot it point blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess
what do you mean?
It's just like a little pistol. Like you wouldn't
Oh,
expect
fuck.
it to like explode.
It was a laser. You shot a laser at a robot.
But he
Yeah,
said,
I don't
didn't hit-
again. I don't really
I
know.
didn't
how
hit
they
it that
shot
hard. Do you have like a harder setting on your laser gun?
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Well,
What
But
does
you
that
said the
mean?
stun for that droid?
Yeah.
We do finally get the Vader theme, which is very,
Yes.
very
Yes.
cool. The
Yeah.
what's that called? Imperial March.
The Imperial
right?
March. I feel like
Great
most
stuff.
people don't realize it's not even in the first movie. Like
Yeah, I was looking for it
you don't
last week,
stop to think about it.
and when it's there, it's there. I'm like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah, brother.
That guy in the mustache doesn't want to check it out. He's like, no, let's not go. And they're like, are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking stupid?
They get real close, like right in his ear. Are you fucking stupid?
Well, that's the funny part, because then when Vader's like, no, we're fucking going, and he goes, General Veers, and he turns around, and that dude is right behind him in their
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
It's
I thought that was hilarious.
That's
And,
like
it looks like it spooks him a little bit. He's like, General Veers, oh shit.
yeah.
Man,
It feels
that's
like
funny.
like General Veer's fault a little bit though. He was standing pretty close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
It's
The guy, he's so scared about not being in earshot that he's always like following him around like a fucking puppy.
Yeah,
yeah. He's like, I don't know how easy it is to hear with the helmet on, so I want to stay close.
Well, Vader chokes that dude from like I'm assuming miles away.
Yeah, via screen.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
via satellite, he chokes that dude out.
That was sick.
That was sick. I did like how he's just going through admirals like crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, now you're the admiral. The person's like, fuck.
No wonder why the Empire is so like inefficient. Is they're just all being promoted because Vader keeps killing the higher ups.
And they're
Constant
all-
turnover is bad for any company.
Yeah, and they're all stressed as fuck. 'Cause they're like, if I fuck this up, he's gonna kill me.
He's like, I was a stormtrooper 2 weeks ago. I'm a Grand
Yeah.
Admiral now. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I cannot handle this pressure. I cannot.
I used to feel more comfortable with the meetings being over Zoom. I didn't know he could do that. I didn't know.
I haven't taken a solid shit in weeks. I'm so stressed.
All right, guys, we can't do the Zoom meetings in our boxers anymore.
Last time Vader was choking someone, he came. I love this battle on Hoth.
Yeah, it's great. That's great stuff.
When I was a kid, this scene of the rebels taking down the walker by tripping over their cable was like my favorite shit in the world.
Yeah.
That was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And when it hits the ground, it looks heavy. I don't know how they did that. I know it's all models and like
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
stop motion. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like when it hits the ground, it's so smooth. So they obviously actually dropped it. But the way it hits the ground, it looks like it weighs like 1 billion pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it
it's
like
probably-
rattles, and then they shoot it on the top, which is I'm assuming the weak spot, and it explodes. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Really, really great stuff.
That's all the camera. That's all lenses and shit making it look. It's like that thing's like the size of a book or something. It's like not big at all.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they did that.
Yeah. Really, really, really good stuff.
And I feel like, I mean, I know we get the like, you know, the big dogfight at the end of A New Hope, but I feel like this scene is the first time where like you're on the ground with the troops, like it feels like a war, you know,
Yes.
like
Yeah, and
it's a battle.
I'll-
It's not
I
just like
think-
planes zooming around.
Right. I think this off the bat, this first battle scene is better than anything in the last one. Like
Yes.
already you
Yeah.
have a better movie. Already.
Yeah.
Vader comes in with his clan troopers.
Uh-oh.
Those guys, come on. Come on.
Yeah, they do have the sheets.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
Luke-
they're Nazis.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. They're space
Yeah.
Nazis. Yeah.
Luke's ship is shut down, and then he like Batmans into a walker.
Yeah, I love that.
He
Yeah.
uses like a grappling hook and then just
Standard
destroy.
issue.
Yeah.
I
And
like
then
that a lot. He just
destroys it.
he tosses a grenade in there and
Yeah.
then just jumps down. That was cool. That was very cool. That's like okay, Luke isn't the same guy from the last movie because Luke didn't do shit in the last movie.
No,
Right.
I mean, so much
In
more
this one,
competent.
he's a fucking one-man army. He's like fucking Rambo, taking down
Yeah.
an entire walker or whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Han does some cool tricks to escape the Empire, and he drives through an asteroid field, which was really cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, I love that scene.
I like that Vader's like, I don't give a fuck about asteroids. Get the Falcon.
Yeah. Well, then you
Yeah.
see the asteroid just like blowing up against the shield of the Star Destroyer. Like,
Yeah.
That means nothing.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, what? Just kill him. Who cares?
Yeah, I love the
Yeah.
music. The music in this scene is phenomenal.
Yes.
I like how all the we'll get back to the music. I just had one more thing to say about it. I like how everybody's going back to Vader with like, oh, this is why we couldn't do it. And like you said, he's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like, don't maybe learn and don't go to Vader with the little stuff. Just like, don't talk to him until you get him, you know,
Right.
until you get the Falcon. But
Well, he
yeah,
says at one
it's-
point, don't give me the excuses, give me the Falcon or something like that.
Yeah, he's way like he was imposing in the first one. He's way more imposing in this one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Again, better movie. It's just
Yeah.
everything about this is better.
Well, I think partly what explains that character change is that obviously Vader is now aware of the fact that Luke is his son. So now I think there's a new drive
Yeah,
that he has. You know, he has a purpose now. He has a goal. He wants to
Yeah.
attain what you know what I mean? Before that, I feel like he was like a depressed Vader in A New Hope. He was just lounging about, killing, whoever he felt like, just kind of lazily. And now he's driven.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And it kind of made me think because in the third episode 3, when he's turning into Vader,
Hmm.
he's crazy. He's like
Yes.
driven mad with power and darkness. But then, like, what happened? They put the suit on him, and he's just like, I'll just do whatever now.
Well, he put the suit on him, and then he was the Palpatine's lap servant for 20 years.
Yeah.
Right,
know?
but like, what happened to the madness?
He just, I mean, the madness is there. He kills. I mean, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of comic books that show how he goes crazy and just kills a bunch of people. But I think ultimately they're just trying to prove that as much as he wants to believe that he's killed Anakin, like Anakin is in there,
Yeah.
and there is that anger, there is that hate, but like there is the sadness, there is the loss and the
Because
grief.
Even
Right.
when
go ahead.
because even when he talks to the Emperor at one point, they talk as though Anakin and Darth Vader are two different people.
Yes.
Yeah.
But and that's not an example of George Lucas not knowing what he was doing. They're very clearly intentionally saying, no, we consider Anakin and Darth Vader two separate people here in the Empire.
Yeah. I think it's also to keep the veil over the audience's head.
Yes. To mention him without giving away the spoiler.
Right.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Really,
Again,
really
this
good
movie
stuff.
knocked it out of the
On
park.
many layers, the way that scene in particular, the way it kind of leads you away from the ultimate reveal while still giving you the amount of information you need to follow the plot. It's just the subtlety is like so precise.
Right.
Yeah. And like as a person who wasn't a fan, but like I'm a part of, like nerd culture. So like I know the beats that Star Wars hits,
Hmm.
but I was still not prepared for a lot of this. Like I didn't know a lot of this. Like when he goes to
And
Yoda.
he's like, who's this little fucking green character?
No, I mean Yoda was in episodes 1 through 3, but like I liked how when he goes to Yoda's place, Yoda's first appearance, he's like comical.
Yeah.
I did not
Yes.
expect that at all because he's so stoic
Yeah.
and wise in the other ones.
Yeah.
But like here, he's like, look at this fucking idiot.
Yeah.
he's just a little menace.
Yeah,
He's crazy too.
Yeah, I really liked how he's talking to Obi-Wan's ghost, and he's like, this dude ain't ready.
Yeah.
He's just not ready. He's got anger. He's just like full of doubt. And you see it, like, because Luke's just like, I can't do it. And he's like, stop with the can't. Just fucking do it. Stop being like, I can't do it. Fucking do it, dude.
Is your name Emmanuel? Because you're saying can't a lot.
Very good. Very good, Robbie.
Really proud of that one. Andy, so I mean to ask you about this. So what did you think of this little swamp monster that sucks in R2-D2 and then just throws him out?
Unnecessary.
Yeah, I thought about this one too. This one was unnecessary.
Unnecessary. Yeah. But
were you like,
also,
why didn't they kill it?
listen. This is done better.
No, it's not.
Because, yes, it is. Because when it releases R2-D2,
it's silly because he goes.
Well, that's number one. First off, it's played for laughs. That makes it completely different. The other thing was played as a real threat. This is played for laughs. So that completely changes the tone. Number two, R2 didn't get up and be like, oh, it just let me go. For no reason.
Because R2 can't speak.
Exactly. Which makes
Luke
it
Skywalker
better.
basically says, oh, it just let him go.
But we do get that sound. That
yeah,
it's a
and
good
it's good
sound.
Stuff. It's good stuff. But like, again, everything about this is done better because it's out of George Lucas's hands. If he gave that first scene where the swamp monster in the compactor, if he gave that to Irvin Kershner, he'd be like, "No, take that out. That's dumb. Guarantee it."
Maybe,
Guaranteed.
or maybe he'd just make him spit Mark Hamill out. You know, like shoot him.
Like
Mark
it did
Hamill
in
go.
Well, I mean, I like how like I said, I like how Yoda is like a clown, and it makes me think that maybe he has full blown dementia.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely got some kind of. I've been on a swamp planet for 20 years, hanging out with snakes. Like, itis going on. Yeah,
yeah.
This
go ahead.
This is where the disconnect between the prequels and these movies really come into full effect, because they're talking straight up like Yoda was Obi-Wan's master.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right, and Qui-Gon was his master, right?
Yeah. Well, they kind of worked around it when they showed, I think, Yoda training all the younglings, because then it sort of implies that at some point Yoda trained all the Jedis. So when somebody says, "Oh, Yoda trained me," then it's like, yeah, well, that's like being like, yeah, my professor, my kindergarten teacher. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. Oh, Yoda taught me my ABCs.
Yeah. So I think because that's what people were like, wait, but they said Yoda taught Obi-Wan. There was a bunch of questions when the first movie came out, and then George Lucas was probably like, oh, I forgot to think about, what happens in the movie before I made this one.
I forgot to think.
That's why I'm always like the whole trilogy, the whole prequel trilogy. They spent all this time doing their own thing, and then the last half hour, they're like, all right, we got to set up everyone where they start off in the last movie now. Let's figure it all out all at once.
Didn't have to be a trilogy. That's the thing. They could have wrapped all that up in like one, maybe one movie.
I mean, I think they should have started the prequel trilogy with Anakin being a 19. Like, the prequel trilogy sort of started like where Attack of the Clones at the beginning of that movie. Like, he should have been the age Luke was when we meet Luke. Like, he shouldn't have been a young boy.
Yeah, getting hit on by a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
No.
You could have cut out a lot of that. But
and then we should have actually. I would have loved to see more of him being Darth Vader.
Yeah,
like if he turned over in the second movie, he became bad, and then the whole third movie is him being Vader. That would have been great.
Yeah.
Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music, by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums, and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
I do like when Yoda keeps making excuses to both Luke and Kenobi's Force Ghost.
Yeah.
He's like, what about this? He's like, no, he's too short.
Backed up my DVRs.
I just had Uber Eats ordered. 40 minutes will be here.
I just started Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
I thought all the training stuff was good. It was brief, but it was like he's telling Luke exactly what he needs to do. He's just like, let your mind go. Like, you could do all this, just don't think about it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like that goes against everything that Luke is. He's a regular guy, so he's used to like, oh, I'm gonna use my emotions because I'm a fucking human being.
Mm-hmm.
And Yoda's like, no, get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
But like he's saying like, because essentially what I'm getting from it is like the dark side is where your emotions lie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the light side? Or is
Yeah.
it just like being a Jedi.
Yeah, no, the light side. Sure.
Okay, so the light side is like stoicism, just like you don't feel anything, you just do.
It's like neutral.
So
almost.
like yeah, and like he doesn't want to be that, but he also doesn't want to be a bad guy. So I love that he's like conflicted the entire movie, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that that's great stuff. And I really hope they don't fucking ruin it in the next one. But I have a feeling that he's just going to be like, oh, I gotta pick the light side. Everything's okay now. What I hope for this franchise is that Luke forges his own path because he doesn't want to pick either one of those sides. But don't fucking tell me. I'll find out.
You will find out.
In the last moment of that, Andy's like mad at us for something
Yeah.
we didn't do yet.
I'm just pissed, you know. But like, I like the training because it's brief and it's good. Like every line spoken is with purpose. Like it's not just like filling time. It's like Yoda's like, nah, you got to do this. You're not ready. You're too old. You stink. You're ugly. He's like, this is getting personal. This is. I don't think you need to be good looking to be a Jedi. You're a little green man. But like he's. It's just good because he's clearly filled with doubt, and then he's like, oh, I'm getting images of a cloud city, and he's like, oh, that's the future, and he's like, well, I got to go help my friends. He's like, but you're not ready. They're gonna try and tempt you to turn to their side. You're not ready to like fully hold them off yet. And he's like, no, I got to save my friends. And then even Obi-Wan's ghost is like, nah, dude, you're really not ready. Don't do that. And he's like, nah, I'm going. And they're both like, fuck.
If you do it, you're on your own.
Yeah, you're gonna turn into you know who. Not gonna tell you just yet. But then we get Leia and Han moves in for the smooch. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then we get C-3PO. Shit. Hold up.
Okay.
I wrote it down. All right.
Okay.
Then we get C-3PO, more like cock block PO.
Nice. Very,
Yeah.
very
Dude.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you. I wrote it down.
This is right after this is where Vader and the Emperor have the talk about turning Luke to the dark side. And based on the prequels, they're both planning on killing the other one, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Because Yoda's like, and there's another one.
Yeah, it's always two there are, and yeah, they're always trying to. That's how the Sith work. There's always a master and apprentice, and usually they're plotting each other's deaths.
Yeah.
To take the power. And then without any spoilers to Andy, but I guess in the Revenge of the Sith, we sort of, I mean, whatever the hell, the Last of the Skywalkers, or whatever the hell the last movie is, Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
We find out exactly why that is.
Interesting.
Yeah. And but yes, basically they're just constantly just like, yeah, I'm totally gonna kill that guy as soon as I get a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the minute Luke turns, he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
All right. Again, I like all the banter. I like how they're in a big slug penis thing.
Yeah.
That thing looks like a dick. You
It
can't,
does.
you
Yeah.
can't tell. You can't tell me that the special effects people were like, check this out. I made it look like a dick.
I love that thing. Yeah, I've always loved that thing.
With a bunch of pterodactyls in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Minox.
Minox. Yeah, obviously.
Not to be confused with the Rhinox from Spyro 3.
Very good. Very good.
That's a joke for me and Robbie.
Off the back wall there.
Yeah.
I like when Luke asks Yoda why, and Yoda's like, "There's no why. Don't fucking worry about it. Shut the fuck up." He just keeps bopping him over the head with his little shillelagh and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's basically just Tom Hanks in League of Their Own.
There's no whying in Jedis.
Excellent stuff, guys. Did you plan that? Because that was good.
Yeah, but I mean that was kind of the whole problem with the Jedis, though, was their hubris, right? That was sort of the what we learned in the prequel trilogy, because they were just so up their own asses about everything. They were so confident and rigid and strict that it led to their downfall.
It was all bureaucracy.
It's just like, no, it's fine. It's like it's like these like the 90-year-old guy in a wheelchair with like no legs that's still just like the Confederacy will rise again.
Yeah. Yeah, and like it's again, I feel like if that, because there is interesting stuff in the prequel story. Like there's interesting stuff there, and if it was taken out of George Lucas's hands, somebody could have made that interesting. But really, a lot of that movie is watching old guys talk in a boardroom.
Yes.
Like about politics and trade tariffs and shit. It's like, who fucking cares, dude? You already
some
built
guys
this
aren't
world.
even going into work that day.
I will say it's more interesting like when you're invested in the world, I guess. You know what I mean? To go back and kind of see how things laid out in the bigger scheme. But I do agree that doesn't mean it's a good movie. It's the Silmarillion, I can never say it. The freaking Tolkien book that has like the encyclopedia for Lord of the Rings. That would have been interesting to have, but not like it's not a movie about like how the elves built Rivendell or whatever.
It's they just needed somebody to be able to take this and make it interesting, which the director of this movie did very well. You know?
I agree.
He's egregious.
When Luke's ship sinks, Yoda lifts it up, and he's like shitting on Luke for not being able to lift the ship. But it's like, dude, Luke just learned about this moving shit. You've been doing this for 900 years. Cut him a little bit of slack.
Yeah.
How about the Empire cut slack? How about that?
Nice, Robbie.
Yoda's not with the Empire, though.
No, I know, but the movie's not called Yoda Strikes Back.
Well,
it should be.
I like how he's like, it's too big, and Yoda's like, the size doesn't matter.
She says that.
I'm always trying to tell my wife that the size does not matter.
Very good, Andy.
But like,
we all knew where this was going.
I did like how the
see
Yoda said
it. I liked how he was like, again with the doubt, and Yoda's like, it's not about that. It's not about that, dude. You can lift it.
Yeah.
It's not. Just stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
But he's too in his head. He literally like he's like, teach me. He's like, okay, do this. He's like, oh, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah. He's like, but you just asked me to teach you.
Like, that's the first thing I said to do. You're already giving me fucking shit on this.
That's the guy who gets a job and on the first day goes, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
tells the supervisor no.
I did like how like at that point Luke is like he's overcome with doubt, and Yoda just restores his faith. He's like, check this out. He just does it. And like he comes back, he's like, oh, maybe I should just shut up and keep training.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're Luke, you really should believe in the Force at this point, because you also were just lifting these rocks while standing on your, like doing a handstand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
well, in fairness, I can do that.
So, you know what?
Yeah.
Also, your ghost mentor guided you to this location.
Yes.
Have a little faith.
Believe in the Force. Yeah, you just learned it. Maybe you can't lift a ship yet, but you're doing pretty well for day like 6 on the job.
Yeah. He's like 900 years old. I am. Fuck me though, right? Like,
Vader force chokes another dude. They can't find the Falcon, but it's just attached to their ship, which I really like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's one of my questions. I was wondering where they were.
Yeah, they were attached right by like a garbage hatch. So what
Okay.
Han was waiting for when they released the garbage, they could just float off and not be seen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I like how she's like, "Oh, you're clever sometimes."
Yes.
Yes. And then we see Boba Fett also detach from a nearby asteroid and follow them,
Yes. He's
Yeah.
like, I know what you're doing.
which is, by the way, I think it's meant to be in Attack of the Clones. You see when Jango Fett is chasing Obi-Wan through the asteroid field,
Yeah.
Obi-Wan does that same trick, and I think it's meant to be that Boba Fett picked that up from Obi-Wan when he saw him do that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I really liked a little bit earlier when they showed all the bounty hunters. I thought they all looked cool.
Yes.
Like the lizard man.
Bosk.
Oh, that's their name, not Hillary Clinton?
She's in a different part of the movie.
Oh, okay.
She's one of the walkers.
Oh, my bad.
She's the giant worm that comes out of the ground.
She's the penis worm.
She makes me feel so insignificant. I just can't measure up to my wife, the giant penis worm. Han and the gang, they land in Cloud City. We meet Lando Calrissian, the great Billy D. Williams. I
Yeah.
love it when one of the other droids tells C-3PO to eat shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I did like. I like how C-3PO walks into a room, sees something he's not supposed to, and they just kill him. They just blast him.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, thank God, leave that fucker in a
Yeah.
bucket. Who
I like
fucking
how-
cares?
These creatures, the ones that kill the Ugnaughts, those like weird like gremlin
Yeah.
troll things. It's so it's funny seeing them because they're making monkey sounds, and when they're throwing around his head and stuff.
Yeah.
But then if you watch like The Mandalorian, you meet one of these guys and Nick Nolte voices him, and you're just
Yes.
like, wait, this is the same fucking type of thing.
Yeah, they've evolved. They evolved very quickly. Yeah, because in that he's just speaking.
He's like, hi, it's me, Nick Nolte. Fuck.
A witch turned me into an Ugnaught.
Yeah, and then he goes off and finds a droid and throws it around and starts playing kickball with his head. No, the hell.
I like Leia is the only one who's suspicious that C-3PO has been gone for a while. Everyone's like, who cares? He's annoying.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like,
They
Good
turn him
riddance,
off at one
fuck
point.
him.
frankly, I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah.
I'm
hope
having a great
he's
day.
Yeah.
The only one looking for him is apparently Chewie.
Yeah. Well, they were like, why couldn't
She's so sweet.
Luke had taken C-3PO? We get R2. That would have been nice.
Yeah,
R2's not fucking
He
whining
does
all the
stuff.
time.
he opens
Yeah.
doors.
C-3PO could barely fucking walk.
He has a jetpack he never uses.
I did like the scene when Billy D. Williams he double crosses them, and it's just,
Yes.
oh shit, Vader at the dinner table. Oh shit.
Yeah,
He's
Yes,
like,
that's
"Have a seat,
incredible.
motherfucker.
yeah.
I like how Han Solo blasts him a couple times. He just like
Mhm.
no sells
Yeah.
it with the hand. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
What are you gonna do? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Do you
good
think
stuff,
they sat around and had dinner?
though. I would hope so.
Do you think that was Vader's plan? He's like, no, it's gonna be great. Like, and then you'll open up the dinner doors and there is me. Boom, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Like how dramatic.
Yeah. And Lando's like, all right, man. All right, man. Whatever.
mean,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I guess. Why don't we just take him prisoner right away? I don't know why we have to do this whole
Or
dinner thing.
Lando's like, well, if I disagree, are you gonna kill me? He's like, yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do it then.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it
The
then.
Emperor's there going, it's always the show
Yeah.
with you,
Yeah.
Vader.
But we actually already have them in a room right now with no other exit. We could just lock that door and they'd be the prisoner right away.
They are working on a roast. Bring them to me. I cannot eat this all by myself.
It's like an Italian mother. He starts guilting you to take it home.
Yeah.
I spent all day making this sauce.
You're getting
Put it in.
skinny.
Put it in Tupperware.
I like when he's prepping the carbon freezing pods, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? We actually don't want to kill Luke, so let's test that on Han Solo first."
Yeah.
That's good stuff. You know, I when I was doing trivia, I found that Harrison Ford was like, "Kill me in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done." And George Lucas was like, "How about we freeze him just in case he wants to come back?"
Yeah.
That's good thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's really good stuff. And then to work that into the plot is very, very good. And it
Yeah.
fits naturally because he wants to freeze Luke. So he's like,
Yeah.
all right, let me test it on this fucking nobody.
Right.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it leads to a great scene in the next movie too.
Yes.
Well, I did like how Lando, it is very clear that he is very uncomfortable betraying his friend.
Yes.
And like,
But still willing to.
well, yeah, well, he does make a point. He makes a point where he's like, I didn't have a choice. Like they
Yeah.
showed up before you, and they'd just kill me. So
yeah,
like,
Lando gets a lot of flack, I think, and it's just like, I mean, the Empire shows up and they're just like, here, we'll kill everyone and blow up your entire operation. So, or let's just do this one quick thing with your choice.
yeah.
He catches the flack on his because of like he's running this off the grid city, and the
Yeah.
Empire's like, "You do this one thing for me, you can continue living
Yeah.
off the grid."
Right.
And if you're Lando, it's not just you're thinking about. You got to
Right,
think
it's an
about
entire
all,
city.
all these people.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of bet like, what choice did I have? I can't just give all these people to the Empire.
I honestly,
no,
I didn't
that's
see anything
true.
wrong with it, especially because he's so guilt ridden that he's like, no, I'm going to help you save him.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's a good character. I think
And
he's
then
good stuff.
then abandons his city, like, and then he's helping in the third movie, and just I guess
So yeah,
someone else
they
is.
established that, like, because at the end he's with Chewie, right?
Yeah.
This is
He's,
good
he's
stuff.
with Chewie wearing Lando's clothes. I mean, wearing Han's clothes.
I think that
Yeah.
was definitely much like, all right, and if he doesn't come back, we got
Yeah,
Lando.
we got,
in
we
his
got a new
place.
one. Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, that's not Harrison Ford.
And if Han Solo's not back, we got Black Han Solo. Perfect.
Yeah, baby.
I had a joke with a friend that Chewbacca actually asks Lando to like put on the vest to make him feel like more at home. That the guy driving is wearing
He's
the
like,
vest.
You smell like Han.
Yeah.
No Chewie, I'm not gonna put on the vest.
He's like, Han need pancakes every morning.
Chewie, are you spraying me with Han's cologne?
So I like how this is where like I stopped taking as many notes because I was like gripped. I was like, holy shit, I'm into this.
Sure.
Yeah, the movie's
Yeah.
got
Like-
that grippy.
Yeah.
Robbie. And I felt like I was like, wow, this movie is surprisingly character driven, and like everybody has their own motives and stuff, which helps characterize them. Like that's the thing in like you see it in movie, like characters are just there to be there. Like not everybody has a motive; they're just there taking up space.
Mm-hmm.
In this, everybody has a motive, and it helps move the plot along and characterize everybody. Like Lando, he wants to keep his city safe, but he also wants to help Han. But he can't do both, so he's conflicted. Again, conflict, making great character moments, right? And then like Luke is conflicted.
He's a con. He's a smuggler. He's a convict.
It's
Okay,
pronounced
okay.
Han Solo.
Oh,
Conflict. Very good.
Hanflict.
Yes, very good. I like how Leia is conflicted because she's fighting her feelings for Han. Yoda is even conflicted as to whether to train Luke or not. You know, he's like, "Is this the right move? Like, what if we just make another fucking Vader?"
Yeah, it
You
kind
know?
of seems like his conflict is like, do I really want to do this right now?
Yeah, I kind of had a good thing going on this swamp.
It's like,
stew I was making.
A lot of things I had going on.
Yeah, and Luke is conflicted with his emotions, and you know, he knows it might not be the best decision to go save his friends, but he has to because that's who he is. It's just good. This is good. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get that fucking sick fight at the end where Like even Leia's like, it's a trap, and he's like, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this Vader guy. I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Also,
Yeah.
to go back, we didn't talk about it when he goes into that cave.
Yeah, I was about to
And
say that.
he sees Vader and he chops his head off, and then the mask explodes and it's his face.
Yeah,
That's sick.
yeah, that's a great
Great.
scene.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really well. And what when he goes, oh, what's in there? He goes, only what you bring with you.
Yes.
You know? So like it's just the cave that's gonna show you your lesson. If you come with your fists ready, then that's what you're gonna find.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's really,
good
really
stuff.
interesting. Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that when people talk about like the philosophy of Star Wars, that's the sort of thing that they're actually referring to.
Right. That's like there's good stuff in Star Wars, but it's like buried under shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And like I think this movie is the one where it rises above the shit and you just get good all around.
Yeah, this is a very competent movie for sure.
Yeah,
Like as
yeah.
a movie. I mean, as a Star Wars movie, it's obviously phenomenal and it does set the bar. I don't think anything's better though. I don't think you're not gonna get any other Star Wars better than this at this point. But
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as I was
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, this is definitely the best one.
yes.
Yeah. Now,
Easy.
the fight at the end, first off, they upped the lightsaber battle
Yeah.
Yes.
stuff. Like it's way more exciting.
Mhm.
There's two guys just like,
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think
yeah.
I said it last week, and I think it's been talked about where Kenobi is just basically waiting to die. So he's
Yeah.
just defending until Luke gets there. Luke's actively attacking in this fight.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I did like how Vader, he's like throwing that thing down like as hard as he can.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just there's ferocity in there. And it's like, oh, that's why everybody dies when they face Vader. Like this dude is no joke. And I like how at one point, like he has Luke pretty much on the back foot the entire time. And then there's one moment where Luke like catches him on the arm.
Yeah.
And
He goes,
he's like,
ow!
Yeah. He's like, you actually fucking got me. Holy shit.
ouch.
I'm telling mom.
Well, that's
So
the
he
fun.
gets it.
Yeah.
And that's where he's like, oh, this like the force is strong with this. Well, he knew it the whole time, but he's like,
Yeah.
oh, this dude just started and he hit me. I'm fucking Vader.
And you can
Yeah.
tell that, I mean, throughout the whole fight, I mean, like you said, he kind of has him on the ropes, but not only does he have Luke on the ropes the whole time, but you could tell he's like not even trying.
Yeah.
Like when like Luke swings at him, like he's just like lazily blocking it. Like he's not
Yeah.
hardly putting in any. It's like it's almost like he's just like, all right, let's see what you got. Like he's not even
Yeah.
trying to beat him. He's just like, let's see what you can do because he
Yeah.
wants
And
to see how
once
powerful he is.
once he catches him on the arm is where he really starts going and he like
Yeah,
beats the
he
shit
gets
out of
starts to
Luke.
get pissed off. He's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, you actually got me, you little piece of shit!" And like,
But I like what he says to him as they're fighting. He's like, oh, you've conquered your fear. Why don't you let your anger go now?
yeah,
And Luke's like, he's trying not to, but at the same time, it like, how else does anyone fight? You fight with your anger, right? Like,
Mhm.
how am I supposed to go against that? It's just so good. It's
Right.
good.
And right at the very beginning of the fight, you see how confident Vader feels because he basically just fights him off with one hand at first.
Yeah.
yeah,
Luke comes in there swinging, and Vader's just blocking it, just basically flipping his wrist back and forth. Like,
Yeah.
baby,
What is this? What is this? Baby o'clock?
and in the fight, I mean, as well as throughout the rest of the movie. But I mean, like in the first, in terms of like the Force, like in the first movie, all we see is the Force is some kind of precognition or just gut feeling you have.
Yeah.
But then this movie is straight up. It goes, no, it's telekinesis. It's reading
Yeah.
people's minds.
Right.
It's
The communicating.
pushing shit around, throwing boxes at a dude
Yeah.
while you're having a lightsaber fight. Like, kind of just also you could be a ghost guy. Like, you know, there's a whole
Yeah.
bunch of shit you could do with it.
I
It really,
think,
really opened the door in terms of what you could do with the Force.
Yeah.
I think that's a side of Vader we don't see enough right anymore. Is he gets frustrated and just starts force throwing shit at Luke.
Yeah, he's just
Like,
like throwing
eventually-
box
That's
after
good stuff.
box at Luke, and
Yeah,
Luke's
I love
swinging
that.
away like an asshole. And
Yeah.
he's
Each of
hit,
them-
like every box.
Yeah. Each of them hits him like right square in the noggin. And he's just like, oh.
I feel like they like really did that. They just had like 5 guys throwing boxes at like Mark Hamill, and he's just
Yeah.
swinging away trying to deflect it.
But Vader also monologues during this whole fight. At some
Yeah.
point, you'd be like, "Shut up! Stop talking."
Well, he's burrowing into his head.
I know.
Great stuff.
And
That
you see,
is.
and Anakin does that in his lightsaber fights in the prequels too. You see, he's always trying to get into the head of the person he's fighting,
Yeah.
Could you imagine being in a fist fight with someone who won't shut the fuck up while they're doing it?
like Spider-Man.
And yes. Like making quips and shit.
Like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
You're getting your ass beat, and this guy's making jokes.
It just catapulted me 40 feet in the air with webs, and he's mocking me while he does it.
Make fun of my hair.
Yeah.
When Leia and the gang escape from the stormtroopers, there's something absolutely delicious about C-3PO's wonderful.
Yeah. he's like hedonist bot from Futurama.
It really is.
That's such a great character. I did like, how did they have C-3PO on what's his name? Chewie's back and like still moving? How did they do that? Is that a robot?
Yeah, it was probably animated. I mean, animatronic rather. Yeah.
That was really
I
good.
doubt because a lot of the Anthony Daniels is in there a lot. But yeah, I imagine for that. Unless like no, probably not.
You know what they might have done? I wonder if they just connected his arms to Peter Mayhew's arms in the Chewbacca suit.
Oh yeah.
And just had like him just like move like that, you know what I mean? Or like do
Yeah.
things. And so we're
Interesting.
like to move the arms around.
It's all impressive.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's no way Anthony Daniels was in the suit. I mean,
No.
because that means he would be like being carried
Yeah.
by Mayhew like on
Yeah.
his back.
Yeah. Well, he was really skinny and Peter Mayhew was really big, so I don't know.
I think Star Wars movies, I feel like they're not often analyzed like as movies. There's just like Star Wars is its own thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But like as far as sequels go, this is an excellent sequel. It builds on literally every single thing that the first one
Mhm.
laid out.
It does it better,
Just
even.
Yeah. So like you got like this Terminator 2,
Sure.
you know,
Mhm.
just building on things that are set up in the first one. It's just really, really good stuff. And we get the iconic, I'm your father. And
He's
like,
like,
even though I
cold.
knew it was coming, I was like on the edge of my seat, like, oh shit. Like I know it's coming, but I'm still like enthralled. That's
No.
good filmmaking.
Call me daddy.
No. There's good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
After he gets his hand cut off, Luke then just like lets himself fall. And I guess he uses the force to get into that vent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah. And then he's just dangling.
Like I like Vader just looking over the edge, just like fuck.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So that lightsaber's gone, right? Well,
yeah.
don't spoil.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well-
there's that. There's
That
number two.
lightsaber's you don't see it for a while at least.
Okay, so number two, Yoda said like, "Oh, there's another one," and I'm assuming that's Leia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, him using the Force to communicate with her, is that because she's also in the Force,
Yes.
or can he do that to anyone?
I think it's supposed to be that it's implying. I think already implying that their relation to each other.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
then right after that, Vader also does that to Luke, and he's like, "Oh, father," you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Daddy.
yeah. So I think the implication is already that they're related. Yeah.
Okay. So like the Force is also kind of like a network that you could like communicate with.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
cool.
I think they did almost like a Matrix type of thing in that like they made the first movie and then they didn't really put too much into it, but then they made 2 and 3 kind of more with each other in mind than the first movie by itself.
Yeah, because this is clearly an in-between movie.
Yes.
It ends on a massive cliffhanger.
And they have they're even talking about their plan like at the beginning of the next movie at the end of this one, and like, all right, I'll see you there, Lando, you go there and we'll meet you
Right.
So it's definitely more with the next movie in mind than obviously the first movie, which they had no idea whether or not there would be another movie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this was great.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. I mean, and Jedi is great too, but it's just not as great as this.
Okay. You know what? I'm very excited about Star
Yeah.
Wars now. So I'm probably gonna watch it like right after we record this.
Cool.
But
Jedi is also good. I don't think it's as good as this, but it is good.
Yeah,
okay, I
it
hope
is
it doesn't
good.
let me down.
No, I think you'll enjoy it. It's a fun time. It's not
Okay.
as I don't know. It's just it doesn't have the special sparkle that makes this movie feel so like perfect, but it gets the job done.
Yeah. All right, Robbie. Should we go to Letterboxd?
I was just thinking that same exact thing. Are you reading?
I s-
Are we force talking?
I think
Yes.
so.
Let's do the rest of the podcast like that. Ready?
I shit my pants.
No, no, oh no! He forced too hard.
I forced out a duker.
Yeah, but that was a few minutes ago though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on Letterboxd. What are y'all thinking? I'm being inclusive now and bringing in the Southern audience with the y'all.
All right. I understand that
And Andy
I
brought
am...
in the Southern audience with kissing his sister.
Yeah, the sister fucking. Yeah. Now,
covered all the bases.
I, as a newcomer to Star Wars, I think my opinion should be taken with a grain of salt. But I'm going to say 5 fucking stars.
I'm more than happy with saying 5 stars.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Cool.
This is an excellent movie.
That was one of the easiest we've ever had. One of the easiest
Wow.
discussions. The Empire
Wow.
Strikes Back.
The Iron Giant as well was.
Yeah, that was 5 stars.
Check that one out.
Don't question our 5-star reviews either. You're not allowed.
Yeah,
to.
don't ever
Well,
even question us even once.
It's all subjective. It's all subjective.
It's all how we're feeling. It's all
Exactly.
vibes, baby.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I give a movie a bad review if I'm eating something and I spill it all over my shirt. Then I give that movie a bad review.
movie ruined my shirt.
My experience was ruined. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I
How could I give
laughed
that
so
movie-
hard I spilled all over my shirt.
Yeah.
1 star.
Yeah.
How could I give that movie in all good faith a good review?
Okay. Well, does anybody have any questions?
I don't. I have no questions.
We might have
No.
answered my questions.
No, it's a really, really tight script. There's no.
It is. Okay, I have one question. Now, questions are questions you might have about the plot, any plot holes, or just things that weren't answered in the movie.
I got one.
Okay.
Oh shit, we got 2 questions now.
No, you
Alright,
go
you know-
first
you know-
though. But I'm just saying, I
Okay.
remember now. I got one. But you go.
All right. Has anybody ever conceived the concept of a wheel in this universe?
What?
Everything just floats. There's no wheels. They
There
went
are
from
wheels.
nothing to floating.
They have
There
circles.
are wheels.
There are circles. There
Where's
are-
a wheel?
There
Yeah,
are.
see
On the
any
little
wheels?
mouse droids.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Oh
point.
yeah, the droids have wheels. Maybe they're
Yeah.
ball bearings though.
Shut the
That's-
fuck up.
It's
You
still a
shut
fucking
the-
wheel. They don't though, because you see like R2 has to do like U-turns and shit.
Yeah.
He's
But like I'm just like vehicles. Like I don't see any vehicles. They either have legs or they float.
yeah. The legs
Alright.
thing is weird.
If a vehicle has legs, that's an animal, not a vehicle. I just
Well,
want to stress.
the
when
walkers-
when the
the
vehicles
giant
have
metal
legs,
dogs.
when the vehicles have legs, they make me think of Metal Gear.
Very
yeah.
good.
All the
It's a
metal
giant
gears.
nuclear eclipse walking tank. All right, go, you ask your question.
Yeah, so how come the giant space dick worm like they were annoying it with the laser blasts, but like it didn't feel a 300-ton like vehicle land inside of it,
That is a good question.
Like what the hell? Like I think I would notice that. Like,
Yeah,
it's like if a mouse crawled into my throat, I would notice.
yeah, probably.
Good point. Yeah. Maybe it's like a deep hibernation or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
maybe.
oh, all of a sudden it's digging its claws in a little bit more, and I'm like, something's strange in my throat, you know? That's it. Other than that, it's pretty tight.
Yeah. Trivia?
I have 5 trivia.
I have 4.
I don't have anything.
All right, I'll go first.
Yeah.
What is Han Solo's call sign on Hoth? Echo 4, Echo 5, Echo 6, or Echo 7?
Andy.
Andy.
Echo 4.
No. Because it's an echo.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Mark. Echo 7.
That is correct.
Hey.
That was a guess. Just I didn't know.
Which 2 objects were not used by the VFX team as asteroids? So you got 2 answers here. A shoe, a paperweight, a potato, or a sponge.
So there's 2 things they didn't use?
There's 2 things.
Rob.
Go ahead.
A shoe and a paperweight.
A paperweight is correct. They did use a shoe.
Wow.
Honestly, who throws a shoe?
So what you
Mark-
have left is
Sponge?
a sponge is also they did not use it. What they did use was a potato and a shoe, so you are correct.
You both get half a point.
You both
Hooray!
get half a point.
Because
You've
we're both-
never counted points before.
Half a point for half a man. Finish this line, or fill in the blank. You look strong enough to pull the blank off a Gungar. This is Han Solo speaking to Luke. The legs, the arms, the ears, the nose.
Mark.
Andy.
Mark.
Is it the ears?
It is the ears, yes.
I would have been wrong. What was Alec?
Allen Ginsberg.
What was Alec Guinness paid to return? Was it 1/4% of the gross, 0.5% of the gross, 1% of the gross, or a lifetime supply of glizzies?
I'd go for the glizzies, but
Hell yeah, brother.
Rob,
Yes.
0.5% of the gross.
Incorrect.
I forgot the numbers you said. What's the answer?
It's 1/4% of the gross is the answer,
1/4% of the gross. Okay.
which turned out to be millions of dollars.
I'm sure, it worked out in his
Yeah.
favor.
It
Yeah.
was okay.
I don't know why I put a lifetime supply of glizzies. I did my trivia, like I woke up real early. Like I got to feed my cats and I couldn't get back to sleep. That's when I do my trivia. And so a lot of my answers are fucking stupid. Go ahead, Robbie.
What was damaged, making it impossible for the Falcon to go into hyperspeed? The hyperdrive accelerator, the hyperdrive motivator, the hyperdrive capacitor, the hyperdrive fascinator.
Andy,
Andy,
the motivator.
it is the motivator.
Hell yeah.
A lot of things have problems with their motivators. Nice.
Yes.
Guys, I'm a Star Wars guy now. My virginity is coming back.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right. Darth Vader's name was changed in Italy because Vader sounds like toilet in Italian. What was it changed to? Is it Lord Fenner, King Pooper, Grand Shitter, or Darth Toilet?
Mark,
Go ahead.
was it the first one?
It was. It's Lord Fenner.
The one that wasn't directly related to shitting?
Yeah. I openly laughed like in the middle of the night as I wrote my trivia. Like the prospect of Darth Toilet is very funny to me.
Yes.
Like, hey, we can't name him Darth Vader because that sounds like toilet. What should we name him? How about Darth Toilet? Boom, got it.
Yeah. That's funny.
On what platform does Han Solo land the Millennium Falcon on Cloud City? 327, 567, A26, BZA 1654.
Mark,
Mark.
9 3/4.
No. Close.
Andy,
Andy.
the second one.
No. Is it 327, A26, BZA 1654?
Andy,
Andy.
A24.
No.
It
Wasn't even one of the options.
I know, 826, whatever it was.
26.
Yeah, no, it's not 826.
Fuck.
One of the other two.
327 or BZA 1654?
327.
Yes, it is 327.
I knew it.
First try.
Well, why'd you waste our time, Mark?
Was there ever any doubt?
All right, which place is Luke not filmed upside down? Is it A, Hoth, B, Dagobah, C, Cloud City, or D, none of the above?
Mark.
Mark.
None of the above.
Correct. He is upside down in every single one of these places.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where is
Sorry.
Where is Luke and Lando's rendezvous point? Tatooine, Dantooine, Dagobah, Yavin.
Mark.
Mark.
Tatooine.
It is Tatooine. Very easy one to head off there.
Hey, great job.
Thanks. Great job, everybody. God
Pretty
bless
nifty
us,
keen.
everyone.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote a song.
Me too.
Wow. Me 3.
This is a wonderful world.
Me
What?
3PO.
That was good. That's a good one. Oh,
Me too. Me too. D2.
Oh, shit.
Oh no! Oh,
Robbie's feeling
no.
left out. Robbie's feeling left out.
Me Skywalker.
Oh, Robbie. A for effort.
But it's time once again for the Wheel of Names.
Oh, boy.
You shut your fucking mouth.
Okay.
Hey Andy, guess who's going first?
I guarantee it's not me.
It's not. It's me.
You son of a bitch.
It's me. All right. My song is called "City in the Clouds," and my last song ended with a piano part, and this kind of comes from is a piano part at the beginning, and it goes a little bit something like this, but actually goes exactly like this because here's my song "City in the Clouds."
It's pre-recorded.
Yeah. They found our base on the planet of snow. The Empire's coming, so we gotta go. Get ready to fight. Load up your plane. We'll take the walker out by the leg. Flying through an asteroid field. Now I'm on a swamp. Hey, what's the deal? Will you train me, please? I'm on my knees. I need to learn your expertise. What else could I do except betray you? The hand that you drew in the city. There's a high price that's on my head. Important people want me dead. I've gotta run, and it's no fun when you're the wanted number one. Haven't seen you in so long. You took my shit, you done me wrong. I want it fair in a card game. Now help me out, you know my name. What else could I do except betray you? The hand that you drew in the city. There is no why, there is no try. There's nothing I can do for you. You must learn control, feel it in your soul. Stand on your head and try my stew. They'll suffer for you. That's my song called City in the Clouds. It's about The Empire Strikes Back.
Nice.
Very cool.
I like the backup vocals are cool. Almost like
Yeah.
they remind me like ELO or something like that. Like the
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. It's just from the perspective of many different characters, trying to get as much characters as I could. I did think about doing an entire verse of just doing, but that would have gotten real old real quick.
I did like how you blanked the C word with one of those.
What are you talking about?
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, Robbie.
Well, if it was blanked, you don't know what I was saying.
Well, it was rhymed with hunt.
But
Yeah.
maybe Andy speaks Wookiee.
Oh,
I
that's
do.
a good point. It's a good point.
I know exactly what you said, Robbie.
Oh no! Oh no!
He's a Star
Oh,
Wars
no.
guy now.
Oh
I'm a Star
no!
Wars guy. My
I'm in
virginity
trouble.
is fully
Yes.
formed.
Oh no! His cherry
As-
grew back.
That's where the knowledge of Wookiee language lives.
Yeah, in the hymen. Lives in the hymen, brother.
The male hymen.
Yep.
Which is right next to the male G spot.
Uh-oh. All right. Let's see what that fucking godforsaken wheel has to
Shut
say.
your fucking mouth.
I'll shut my mouth when I'm fucking dead, Robbie.
Okay, yo, Andy, guess who's up?
Better fucking be me.
Probably
It's
me.
Mark.
Uh,
Mark, tell us about your song.
It's called Scruffy. It's the I guess third part if you count the Rogue One song of the medley, the Star Wars medley. The first part of it's kind of like an intermission to the whole thing. So like I
Is
didn't
it just
really know
silence?
No, it's like
Oh.
it's like an instrumental intermission, and I wasn't sure to put it at like the end of the last track or the beginning of this one. Makes
Yeah.
more sense when it's like all together. But I kind of based a bunch of this off of the asteroid field scene music. I took that melody, that bum 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 bum, and I kind of fucked around with it and built something a little bit different off of it
very cool.
called Scruffy.
Everyone's got a past. Quick to forget it and they judge you so goddamn fast. Well, I don't know why we can't see eye to eye to eye to eye to some more eyes. So sure got a grudge. Never tell me the odds, cause they make me think too damn much. I grab my ride and say goodbye. And I thought they smelled bad on the outside. I ain't as scruffy as I seem to be, but I do love me some Nerf. If anyone is wondering what a Nerf is like, it's like a space cow with a cattail.
I really like that.
Thanks.
I think the guitar was really good. I really like the guitar in that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
like that a lot.
I think I still might want to even do a little bit more work on it, but yeah,
All
I'm
right.
happy
Go
with
do
where
it.
it ended up. I'm gonna get off my back.
Okay. I was supporting you. I'm sorry.
No, well, I'll send you the because I know you upload all the things, so I was
Yeah.
gonna send you it all complete,
Oh,
together.
nice.
Cool. I liked it. Very
Thank
cool.
you.
All right. You got anything else to say about your song?
Nope, not really.
All right. It's time for the Wheel of Names one more time. Let's see what it's going to be.
Robbie.
For the final one, I upped the spin time to 20 seconds, so we got to really wait.
Okay.
It's called Suspense, Andy.
Yeah.
uh,
It's slowing down. Who's it going to
oh
be?
my fucking God, Robbie.
It's Andy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. All right, mine is a continuation of I'm just going to call mine an opera because I'm reusing parts, which is convenient for an opera,
Right.
Yeah.
You're like
But-
re-exploring themes.
Yeah, like reprises and stuff.
Yes.
So like my voice cracked. My song for last week for A New Hope had a reprise of my the Rogue One song, The Force is with me, I am one with the Force, right? So now this song is called The Dark Side, and it has a reprise of Luke's theme that I had in my song from last week. So they're all connected. I'll talk more after we play the song, but the first part is Yoda, the chorus is Vader, and then there's another part where Luke is talking, and then the last part is Vader convincing Luke to join the dark side, and then there's music. So it's called The Dark Side.
There's music throughout the whole thing, though.
Throughout the whole thing, it's not just me explaining.
Andy talks for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then he just jams.
He just explains the movie.
Now,
Yes.
Robbie, the first riff is, I believe, something I've had for years now, so you might have heard it.
This is ridiculous.
Okay. Rob's upset for some reason. All right, it's called The Dark Side. It goes like this.
I can't train him, he's too damn angry. He doesn't even know what to do. If he keeps going and he ain't slowing, he's gonna end up like you know who. We can rule the galaxy, take it all, just you and me. The Emperor, he fears you. Take it all, just me and you. Join me on the dark side. Remove all doubt, the city in the clouds. They may need you, but you're not ready. You can't save them unless you complete your training. You're gonna be tempted to join them. We can rule the galaxy, take it all, just you and me. The Emperor, he fears you. Take it all, just me and you. Join me on the dark side. Then why didn't you tell me the bad guy was my dad? Then why didn't you tell me that Vader is my dad? Then why didn't you tell me the bad guy is my dad? Then controlled your feet. Now you must unleash your anger. If you want to be clean, open your eyes and see. You know you must abide the dark side.
That's my song called The Dark Side.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was really good. The harmonies in that were really good.
Yeah, the
thanks.
harmonies. I like how it kind of has, like, it feels like a little bit of pop punk, a little bit of glam rock, a little bit of alt rock. It has like that guitar tone from like just like straight up like stadium anthem, that end guitar. Like that guitar is so big at the end, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I normally don't double track guitar solos because usually, especially on this podcast, I'm improvising a solo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have time to write one. This one, the solo I had in my head before I knew how to play it, so I had to like figure it out. So like I recorded me singing the solo
Mm,
and then like played the guitar to that.
that's cool.
And so because the solo was written, I was able to double track it to give it that fat sound.
Yeah.
But the
that is
solo
really
is
cool.
thank you, I appreciate it. The solo is meant to be, at least in my mind, it's like the first one, it's just that solo alone. It's double tracked, but it's alone. The second one has an accompanying solo in the back, and that's supposed to symbolize him, getting pulled from the dark side of the light side, the dark side, light side. So there's that. I thought that I could just take the acapella stuff that I did last week, copy paste it into this one, making my life a lot easier. But I opened the file and it was gone. My computer just like ate it.
My plan
So I had to-
worked.
You son of a bitch, Robbie. I had to do it again. So this took a long time, but I'm happy with the result. I'm usually not right away like, wow, I'm proud. This one, I'm actually like off the bat, I'm like, hell yeah, brother.
You should be.
Wow, thanks. But yeah, it's this movie's very good. This movie's very, very good. And I get it now. I get it why this franchise has lasted this long.
Good.
I also get why everything since his diminishing returns. How you gonna top this?
With Jedi. Like, no, but they don't though.
No, they don't. They never will.
No.
Especially with the remastered version. Ooh, I can't wait.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, I have a sort of request. I think to really appreciate the full effect of my next song, if you could, like, well, after you've watched, because now Andy, you have to watch it for the first time, but after you've watched Jedi on Disney Plus or whatever, if you could find a way to watch the original ending of Return of the Jedi.
They changed the ending?
They changed, yeah, kind of. So, but I need you to, a little bit.
Is that something I could just like YouTube?
Well, yeah, but of course, watch the Disney
Yeah.
version first. You don't want any spoilers or whatever.
Yeah.
For all we know, they all die at the end, and Vader wins.
All right. Well, Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll try and find the original ending as
Yeah,
well.
I encourage you to go back and try and find. They do have versions without all the edits and stuff. So if you could find a way of watching all those original movies, I would encourage that too. Because
Okay.
there's a lot of good puppet stuff that they just kind of
Yeah.
overwrite with CGI.
Honestly, if it didn't come out like in the last 5 years, a puppet's always going to look better.
Yeah, exactly. But that's it. Sorry, didn't mean to derail or take over
No, you're
the
good.
airwaves.
That's a great
You're
point.
Yeah.
You also
The
sound
airwaves.
really disingenuous when you say it like that. Sorry,
No.
didn't mean to take over your airwaves
Or whatever you call them.
or whatever the fuck you call this bullshit.
No, I'm very, very sorry. I really, really.
No one
am.
said
You're
anything.
making it worse, man. You're making it worse. No, yeah, I will check that out. Next week, obviously, we have the Empire. Oh, wait,
Return of the
next one
Jedi.
called? Return of the Jedi, episode
Yeah.
6.
Episode
Yes.
6.
Yeah. Let me tell you where we can find the musics.
Cool.
You go to music.com.
That's wrong.
That's incorrect. You go to Spotify. You go to Apple Music. You go to Deezer, and you type in the Royds, and you find 2 albums and a Christmas song. But if you would like to find the podcast songs, you go to TheRoydsBandcamp.com. TheRoyds.bandcamp.com.
You go to rockandroll.org.
No, Robbie.
.edu.
You'll find all the songs that Robbie and I and guests have written about various movies. Also check out the backlog of episodes that we have and enjoy that. Robbie, the socials.
First of all, I'm going to go squeeze out a backlog after this. You can find us on Instagram, on X, on Threads, on TikTok, on all the social medias, on YouTube at TheRoydsBand. You could also listen to the podcast on YouTube at The Royds Review Podcast. Wherever you are listening to it, give it a 5-star review, a little rating, but you can also send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. Send us some feedback, request a movie, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, leave a 5-star review, tell your friends, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Mark, you want to promote anything?
No, just the original ending of Return of the Jedi.
Yes. So go watch both versions of Return of the Jedi for next week when we talk Return of the Jedi.
I'm excited.
Oh, I was trying to
Excited.
say
Goodbye.
Good.
because Jedi rhymes with a goodbye.
Good Jedi. Goodbye.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.